Forest Green v Cheltenham, top versus second. Some people are calling it the El Glossico.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Just looking forward to it. It's going to be great. We're just really looking forward to it. It's going to be a really good atmosphere. Two good teams playing, and it's ideal for us. Obviously, after coming off the last two games, it's an ideal game for us.
It's been interesting watching the different dynamics of it. Gary Johnson's obviously a wily old fox. He's been talking about this game for probably the last couple of weeks, called it a cup final, whereas your approach has been a bit more pragmatic, where you've taken each game as it comes.
Oh, most definitely. I think you've got to. But now it's here. Obviously, we want to do well and win the game. It's a local derby. Obviously, there's bragging rights, I'm sure, with supporters, because I think, well, I know there's some supporters here that go to Forest Green and Cheltenham, especially the last few years, obviously, with Cheltenham being in the league. So it's a bit difficult for some supporters going to both. Yeah, it's going to be a cracking game, and for me, obviously, for bragging rights, and it is a local derby, I'm sure there'll be a very hot atmosphere. For me, again, we're not going to win or lose the league title if we win 3 points or lose 3 points tomorrow. It is just about the 3 points for me, and putting a good performance on.
It's been quite interesting following it all, because in some ways, again, dynamics-wise, a lot of people have perceived Forest Green as the big club, but Cheltenham are actually the club that have just come out of the league.
Yeah, we want to do what Cheltenham have done. They've been fantastic what they've done. With Lindsay Parsons is a good friend of mine. When he was there, Steve Cottrell before that. After that. And getting in the football league is a fantastic achievement, and we want to do that. We want to do exactly what we've done. And every time I go to Cheltenham, it's just a family atmosphere. There's a family football club, and it's a good football club. Gary Johnson's there now doing a really good job, and he will do. He's always done well at every club he's been at, and what he done at Yeovil was absolutely phenomenal. To get Yeovil in the Championship was a fantastic achievement, and again, I don't think he's got enough plaudits for it. But he'll have these fired up tomorrow, and he'll have them fired up every single game they play. So we know what to expect, but we'll be fired up as well, and looking forward to it, and I'm and looking forward to working against Gary.
The league table suggests it's going to be a real nip and tuck tight game.
Yeah, you just can't tell, can you? Really, anything can happen. With the last two games, I think we've been unlucky, really, in a sense that I thought, going back to the Woking game on last Tuesday, first half, Woking did play well, and you've got to give teams credit when they play well. You've got to tell the truth, and that's how I see it. And then second half, I thought we played really well, and could have got a result from it. So we played well. I was pleased, especially with the second half. And then Saturday, it was just small margins, really. We started the game really well, was comfortable, and then obviously Johnny done what he done, a little mistake there, and again, I'm not going to have a go at Johnny. He's been absolutely fantastic for us, and he's a young man in learning his trade, and to be fair, after that, he was very good. He's got a good head on his shoulders, Johnny, so we're very proud of him. But that changed the game. The goals changed the game, and then obviously, on the 45th minute, Robbie, accidentally handballs it, and he gets sent off, and they score, and we're 2-1 down. You think, wow, where's this come from? And it was just those two massive. Obviously, they are big parts of the game that really we was on the wrong side of. But second half, give Maxwell credit, because I thought they played really well against 10 men.
Sam Wedgbury also picked up a booking, so you're losing your Rob Sinclair, who I like to call your midfield conductor, and Sam Wedgbury, who does your doggies, and he's your water carrier. Yeah. What are the plans now going ahead for Cheltenham?
Well, I've heard that David Beckham was in town, so that's the cat's come out of the bag. So I'm sure Gary will be worried about that one. But no, I heard he was in Nailsworth at the weekend. But I'm sure, I promise you now, he's not going to sign for us. But no, it's they're two big losses, because they've been fantastic. They've been absolutely really, really good this year, and they've got a good combination. They're a good combination, like you said. They work well off each other. But they're very good players and good lads as well. We will miss them, obviously we will miss them, but we've got other players who can step in and do as good a job, and it will give other people a chance to they've been patient, and if they do well, they stay in the team. As easy as that.
We've waxed lyrical about Darren Carter. He's been with you for the last couple of weeks. As it stands at the moment, Monday, where are you with Darren?
Nowhere really. Obviously, we're just chatting. Obviously, he trained again today. He trained with us today, which is good. And he's obviously everyone knows after what I think of him. But I don't think anything will be happening tomorrow. If it does, it'll be a late shout. But if we're looking at it, it'll be it's not even 50-50, a bit 60-40 really against. But we'll see. Anything happening in football, as you know, Ash.
But again, you've got ever growing confidence in your squad of players.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, we've got players who can come in. Obviously, we know that Pipey can play there. I've got young Corby Moore, Clovis Camjo, Tom Bender, Charlie Clough has been unbelievably unlucky not to get a starting place because he's been first class. To be fair to him, and so we've got good options. We've got very good options, and like I say, whoever goes in there tomorrow, I'm more than happy with that.
Okay, cheers, Ady.
You're welcome.